So waiting for no Nito down there. We'll see, can we get him on camera? He bringing me my ticket. I'm here to cover a fight. Gabriel Flores Jr. is fighting in his hometown of Stockton, California. As you can see, I'm chilling on the patio, and I definitely can smell some of that ooh wee sticky icky, aka, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's legal in California now for the most part. But nevertheless, nice hotel. Got a nice little, you know, grass looking like patio and stuff. Got these nice little couches. I was here before when Gabriel Flores fought here. So, I'm just chilling, doing my thing. At the end of the day, I just wanted to talk about Lomachenko, and Lomachenko need to be ripped to shreds. And according to reports, if Lomachenko isn't able to go, Tank will replace Lomachenko with Shakur Stevenson. Now, do I actually believe that? I won't believe it until I actually see a press conference announcing the fight. Tank Davis had pulled this kind of stuff before. He's pulled this before. Said he's gonna fight this dude, fight that dude, and then he fights dudes like Frank Martin. At the end of the day, Frank Martin was a okay win by his standards, but did you not expect Tank to knock out somebody like Frank Martin? Inexperience. Once again, Tank fights these type of dudes. So, it is what it is, but it'll look like a real weak move if Lomachenko tries to find a way to get out of this fight. I don't know how Lomachenko gets a free pass for basically saying he's not in the mood to fight, where this is a dude that has claimed for years that Tank Davis has been ducking him, refused to fight him. So now it's starting to come across, does Lomachenko believe at this point he can beat, you know, Tank? Lomachenko might be on the wrong side of 36, even though he came off a great win versus George Kambosos Jr., where he stopped George Kambosos Jr. But at the end of the day, if you look at George Kambosos Jr.'s last few fights, he got the hell beat out of him and back-to-back fights by Devin Haney. So did Devin Haney soften up the blow for Lomachenko? Some people believe in that theory. It really comes down to what you believe. So, we'll just have to see. You know, we'll just have to see. But Lomachenko, I just think at this point he might not have the confidence in himself. And I'm going to just say something. Look, at the end of the day, we could play these games all we want, but I'll just put it out there. You know, it's funny how people only want to talk about race when it pertains to them, or when they trying to prove a certain point. I think it's at this point, look, Lomachenko fears that he may be brutally knocked out by Tank Davis. I think Lomachenko has seen what Tank has done in his last few fights. He beat the hell out of Ryan Garcia, made him take a knee like Colin Kaepernick. Um, he damn near knocked, Frank Martin's brain out the back of his head. There's no doubt about how hard Tank hits. His fists are the equalizer in any fight, even though he falls behind. Now, that could be a plus or a minus. A guy like Shakur Stevenson might could be able to exploit that. It may not be a fan-friendly fight, but there are some things that Shakur Stevenson could exploit. I don't think this is a gimme fight. I think Tank can find himself in the same situation where he falls behind versus Shakur Stevenson, but he might not be able to land, the uppercut from hell, or, the left hook from hell to basically secure the fight. So it would be interesting. And that's just real talk. But I'm gonna tell you something. It would serve me, right, and I would have a smile on my face, because I haven't forgot what Lomachenko and Alexander Voslik, how they were laughing and celebrating Adonis Stevenson being taken out of the arena in a stretcher, and he was in a coma, and they were laughing. And then, of course, people made excuses for it. Once again, they made excuses for Lomachenko, but these are the same people that was crying about Devin Haney saying he'll never lose to a white boy. Black media and non-black media. And that's why I don't respect none of y'all, and that's why I'm on an island of my own. And then some of these super pro-black militant people didn't talk about it neither. They were too busy tearing Terrence Crawford apart and tearing down Terrence Crawford, a black fighter. But I'm the only one that's like always up on game and bring new aspects to boxing. I just think Lomachenko's worst fear is for and his fans is to see him brutally knocked out by a black fighter. They're okay with him losing a decision to Devin Haney to a certain degree. Devin Haney clearly beat Lomachenko. He outpointed Lomachenko. Devin Haney sent Lomachenko to the hospital because he allegedly like broke one of his ribs. So, with that being said, it is what it is. And I think that's something that these Lomachenko fans really fear. I think to a certain degree they don't want him to fight Tank because they know if Lomachenko becomes a meme, then it'll break their hearts. Dude, I'm from Oakland, California. I'm not worried about no Stockton. I lived out here before. I'm almost 50 years old. I done lived in Richmond. I done lived in Stockton. I done lived in Oakland. I done lived in some of the most dangerous neighborhoods. And I done been to some of the most dangerous cities, dangerous neighborhoods you could possibly be in. And I'm here. Let me explain something to you. I'm not worried about danger. I am the danger. Remember that. This is the Waterfront Hotel. This is the Waterfront Hotel. But anyway, that's what I fear, or should I say, I don't fear. This is what Lomachenko fans fear. They do not want to see him stretched out like Leo Santa Cruz. And I'm going to tell you something. I do believe Tank at this point will brutally knock Lomachenko out. And you just got to keep it a buck. Ain't no shame in getting slept by Tank. But I know it'll be Lomachenko's bandwagon fans' worst nightmare, see him stretched out. And Lomachenko is getting stretched. He is getting stretched. It is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So, but it doesn't surprise me. All of a sudden Lomachenko saying he ain't in the mood to fight and all this stuff, but he was constantly saying, oh, he wants Tank and all this stuff. Then you started to see the telltale signs when he started saying, well, I'll step aside and let him and Shakur Stevenson fight and I'll fight the winner. So basically, if Tank gets past Shakur Stevenson and then, they fight sometime into 2025, Lomachenko, when he gets slept, he's going to say, oh, I'm old and, I'm long in the tooth. And, at the end of the day, he should have fought me 4 years. That'll be his way out. And then the Lomachenko fans will buy into it. And then they'll say, oh, that's because Tank ducked Lomachenko. 4 years ago. They should have fought 4 years ago, because there's always an excuse when their guy loses. Same thing with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Keep in mind, Terrence Crawford is older than Errol Spence. Same thing with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. Floyd was older than Manny Pacquiao by like 2 or 3 years. Errol Spence is like 3 years younger than Terrence Crawford. So what's the excuse now? So we'll just have to see. Boy, I can smell this tweed like it's going out of style. That's what happens when you legalize it, But nevertheless, we outdoors, so they're not breaking any laws. But well, this is about the only nice hotel Stockton got. So mean, I mean, whenever they have shows out here, this is where primarily the fighters stay, or they'll stay somewhere outside of Stockton. But yeah. But anyway, it's your boy Town.